will actually engage with your students in such a manner that it will be very interesting. You can link it up to your Google Classroom. You can have it, you can share the data that you get after the link, after the students go across and they fill it. We will see everything live here in the next 40 to 50 minutes. We're going to see how we are going to do it as a teacher, as an SSC, as well as a student. So what we are planning to do right now is we'll give you a hands-on experience of how we will go about the entire exercise of creating an online formative assessment tool. Now, why do I use the word formative? Is for a simple reason that this will help you align your tool with the objectives that you have set of why you're using that tool. So basically, when we talk about these kind of assessment tools, your process of why you're using that tool, is there an objective, and what is going to be the outcome, is going to be very clear. So such teaching pedagogies will make your classes very interesting. Having said that, it will also make your class very engaging. So let's straight away go to the module. What we have done here is we have created a beginner's tutorial, and for the next 30 minutes what we are going to see is we're going to go stepwise, understanding every method, every access and every link. Okay, so let's start, let's begin. So I'm sure I have been made the co-host. Give me a minute, people. Yes, perfect. I am a co-host. I'm going to share screen right now. The first thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to go to www.kahoot.com. So that's what I'm going to do. So just have a look at what I'm going to do. So this is second. We go to Google. I have already created a few links, so this is what I had in mind, like what the thing was. Have a look at this. So getting started with Kahoot may be just a preliminary slide of telling you what is supposed to be done. So you're going to be looking at from a game based method. You're going to look at it from a method where it's going to be used for a teacher, and you can also assign it like a test. Having said this, you can also go ahead and create your own modules for assessing and create a collection out of it. Now when I say that you're going to create a collection out of it, such small comprehensive test based modules in the language of Kahoot is called as Kahoot. So you're going to say, I have created one Kahoot. Actually it is one test for a subject which would be of what you teach. So you create different Kahoots for different subjects that you want to teach. So this was a slide that I created, which I will be we will be sharing to all the participants on the group. You can access these slides as and when, so that every time you want to come back and you want to create your same, this will be a module. Also, along with this, I'm going to stop share right now, because this I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what we have created. This is one thing that we have done. I'm going to stop share right now. I'm also going to show you another document that we have created, is this document. If you look at it, this is what I wanted to, we're going to see it actually live, but I just wanted to show you to you in a word format of what we are going to do it stepwise. So we have created this. You can this will also be shared to you, and this is how you can do it for your subject, right? So let's start away immediately and get straight into it. So give me a minute. So I'm going to stop share right now. So you will be getting two documents from our side which will help you create your own online assessment tool, which we call it as Kahoot, because Kahoot is basically a learning platform. It's an educational technology, and this technology will help you in assessing students. Now, since we are all getting into the online methodologies of engaging, this becomes a very interesting module. Another thing I would want to comment at this point of time is, till the time I just stop share here, I come to Kahoot. So give me a minute. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to come to see. I have a screen shared right now, so just have a look at this. New tab. What I do, I come here and I put www.kahoot.com. Okay, so this is how when you put it on your browser, this is the entire sheet that comes in front of you. Now you have to look at it very objectively. So when you look at all of this, there can be a chance that you would come into your mind saying that, okay, is that so many things that I have to do? No, let's get it straight to business. We are here to create a tool. So you have to log in creating your ID. So when I say you have to log in, create your ID, you go to two things. You go to login and you create your ID which will be specific to your Gmail ID. Well, in my case, as you see it here, it's already been created, so it will directly start in my name. But the point how you are going to create is basically put in your Google ID. Then they will ask you a few basic details like you are a high school teacher, you are a postgraduate teacher, you are a doctoral teacher, you are an academician, or you're doing it for professional assignments. All said and done, you'll have to select an option out of it, and simply the ID gets created. So when it gets created, this is how it looks right in front of you right now. So you get a sheet which is there in front of you. There's a tip that I would want to give it to you here, is that when you are creating a sheet, okay, you will observe that all the facilities that the Kahoot is offering to you will be in $5, $10, $20. Lot of times it has been observed that teachers tend to get confused making a note saying that, okay, I was told that Kahoot is going to be an online assessment tool, but do I have to pay for it? Which could be as simple as $5. Let me put it very straight. I have used this extensively in my domain too. It is an absolute free of cost assessment tools across. Okay, so there is a link which is there, which is right besides the dollars. There's a small box which says basic features. Just click on that, and that is the only thing that you have to do, and your ID gets created. As you see on the slide here, your ID gets created. So what you see, okay, you have 2-3 options which are there in front of you. One option is that this is the basic thing that is there. You can have reports generated for the tools that you do. You can create groups for the tools that you create. You can have your own collection which could be subject specific, like I teach 4 subjects, so I can create Kahoot for 4 subjects. I will show you a live right now. We will do it. And I can also make some of which I feel are very, very important for my subject. So I mark them as favorites, which I want to use it every time. Maybe something like a poll, just to take a dipstick. So when I say I just want to see if my class is able to understand at this point of time, so you quickly shift them and give them a Kahoot and tell them do it. I will show you how we are going to do it, but I wanted to tell you that these are the options that are available to you as you log into the Kahoot ID. Now let's go ahead. You can add your name here. I've already done that, but you want to add a few which you feel are important to you as class representatives for a particular subject or not. You can continuously add that. Next one, you can create your own assessment tool and put it in the collection part of your login ID. Like, what is it I have done? So when you open your login page, or when you open your web page, there's an icon that you get as collections here. As you go to collections, you have to just click on collections, and this is how you would get your page. You can create your own collection here. So what I have done is I have created quiz on one of the subject that I teach for this semester, which is strategic management. I have done it for that. You can have your own name for the specific domains that you want to create on. Could be for a subject, could be for a specific topic that you would want to do, and you can also, the dates can be edited as and when you wanted to create it, and things like that. How many have you created? That also you can. I have created one, but I want to add more. I can simply go on adding, because I'm going to add it in my collection of strategic management. Okay, so just to take a quick understanding. I hope you all are able to look at or maybe understand what I'm trying to say. So if you have understood what I have said till now, please type Y. Please type yes if you have understood. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is very encouraging. Thank you. Thank you participants. Let's go ahead. Now let's start creating Kahoots. Now you come back here. I was talking to you about the collection. Now let's go. I have done this. I have created 4 Kahoots for my own subject, and I had also created a small little Kahoot for a demo which I'm going to be sharing with you there. So let's go ahead. So how do you create it? What you do is you go to the right icon on your web page, as you can see it live here. You don't have to make a note of it in your books. I'm going to give you, as I had said, a Word document which is a stepwise, you know, segregation of the way that you would be creating your Kahoot. So I've already done that for you all. What I would want you all to do is, if you can also at the same time, I'll wait for 1 minute, at the same time immediately come ahead and do it for yourself. Okay, so what you have to do is you can go and click on the button create. So once you have you've clicked on the button Kahoot, you have 2 options which are there available to you. Now what have you done is, we are looking at a free option here. We are not doing the $5 option. So if you want to do a $5 option, you can look at making it more interactive. So they have incorporated artificial intelligence in it, and virtual chat box is what they have created. So you want to teach with the slides immediately. So that's what are we going to look? We are going to look at it from a point of a basic formative assessment tool. Our boundaries are very fixed. So when I say our boundaries are very fixed, we are going to create a Kahoot. So you're going to click on Kahoot here. This is the sheet that comes to you. Okay, so this is the sheet that comes to you in front of you right now. I'm going to create a small quiz for you, which is going to be on general awareness with 4 questions straight away identified, so that it becomes easier. We don't have much of time. I have another, we are at 4:50, another 15 minutes for me to, actually wind up. So let's go a little faster. So we have selected 4 questions. And which are the 4 questions? The 4 questions that have been selected are already in this. 1 second, give me a minute. Kahoot. Give me a minute, guys. I'm just trying to. Okay. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to share the screen space. Okay, is it shared? Can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay, give me a minute, sir. I was just trying to, yep, I think I have got it now. See this. What I'll tell you, to make your when you create Kahoots, this is another small tip for all the participants. What you can do is you list down the questions that you want to create a Kahoot on. So assuming that you want to create a Kahoot on, like I'm going to create a Kahoot on GK quiz. The reason why I picked up GK, because I thought my audience would be multidisciplinary. So if I had students of my MBA second year with strategic management, so I would create questions which would be a quiz on that particular question. So you have to create that on a Word document. It's just a tip, so it becomes easier for you to copy paste. So what you do is you copy this. That's the first question that you're going to do. You're going to copy and you're going to come to Kahoot. You come here, you paste it. It's not visible yet, students. I mean, participants, give me a minute.
shared.
So black screen it is showing. Please see if your screen sharing is paused. Stop sharing. Share
Now, is it clear now, participants?
Screen is shared, ma'am. We can see Kahoot.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Now let's go ahead. So you see the first question, what we have typed. I've taken it from the basic Word document where you have created a question bank. Now you have 2-3 options which are available to you subject wise. You put it here. You can give a time limit to this. You can give your points to it depending on what points you want to create. Now here what I have done is identify the personality. So I have put up this. I select this gentleman here who is the what you say, the the gentleman who created the equity cult in this country. So it's Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. So I've put his pic here, and what I do, I have various options. So I can select one, I can have multiple. What I'm going to do is, my question is very straight. So I'm going to have a select section, and here I add Ratan Tata. Suppose I have to give 4 options. I add Dhirubhai Ambani, then I add Gautam Adani, and I add Azim Premji. Chalo. Premji. Now, and then I have, what I have to do is, I select him as the right answer. So I have already done that. I am creating in the process of one assessment tool for which I have created one. I add, so I add a question. So when I add a question, you can either add a quiz or I add a true and false. Let's make it interesting. I add a true and false. Okay, so I add my next. I come back to my question where I add the true and false, which is this statement here. I come back and I paste it here again. So it is Mr. Rajendra Prasad being the first president of independent India. So it's true and false. You want to create an option true. Okay, you know your time, you've given the points, you know the time limit that you have set for this question. And this is, if you can see it on your left side, the green icon actually identifies the answers that you have created for your question. So I'm going to create 4 as I had mentioned. So I come back to quiz again, and let me add a question again. So which is my third question? Identify the logo. No, national animal of India. Suppose I add the third question. I come back here, I add the next question, which is my third. I'm going to share something interesting right now. Just hold on, participants. Now I add the third question here. So I put tiger, I put lion here, I put fox, and I put leopard. Now what I do is I select tiger, and I know that that's going to be my option. You can also do one thing. What you can do is, every time you don't want to go back to the Word document, this is another tip that I would want to give here. There are options of creating a Kahoot, like I'm going to create a Kahoot right now in the next 5 minutes. Another option you have of creating a Kahoot, you can do it for a longer amount of questions, like 20, 30. It is ideally said that you have to create at least 25 questions if you want to make the Kahoot very engaging, and also you want the students to get an outcome out of it. You just don't want to have just because it's a game based learning method, you don't want to give it a very give it an option where it's like, okay, it's just a game. You don't want to do that. It is a tutorial, it is an assessment, however the method is engaging, right? So I would recommend this to you. If you see on the icon here, there is question bank. Okay, you can find and add questions as much as possible in this question bank, subject wise. What I have done is, for my GK quiz, I say logo, suppose. Okay, so you see there are these different questions that have come, and I have created this question that I add already. So here I write, identify the identify logo. So this is my fourth question. So I'm done with the question. So that is important for you to understand that now you are done with the questions. You have two options here. You can look at it preview. Preview will see, look at it, answers and everything, and with the time limit is given to you. That is one way of looking at it. I'm going back quickly. We'll have to be a little faster. So because we have Monika ma'am waiting for us, for enthusiastically waiting for us to teach Socrative, even I want to look forward to it. So quickly taking you through. This is preview that you can do. I exit means I close down my ID, and when I say done, my Kahoot is done for the subject, which is GK Quiz 2 GK Quiz 2 with the description of your learning outcomes, your objectives, whatever that you would want, the objective for which you thought you were creating this, you can mention it there. You write continue there, you validate your Kahoot. Now when you validate your Kahoot, you want to test this Kahoot and you want to play it, right? So when you want to say you want to test it, you do a preview out of it here. This is what I had shown you just 5 minutes back. That is one thing. So when I say I want to play it, you can play it in a virtual classroom right away with you all 20, how many participants? 24 participants here. Or I assign it to you that okay, whenever you have time, all my 24 participants can do it at their own pace. So the learner has its own pace to carry on the game and make and do the assessment. So this is, you can decide. And this is what I do. So I have done, I have validated it, and I say done. So my Kahoot is ready. That's my Kahoot for my subject GK Quiz 2. Once I have done the GK Quiz 2, I can run it. It is visible to everyone and you can play it. Now by the next question, I'm sure somebody would have, ma'am, I want to play this. I have created my Kahoot. I already did this one day before the class and now I want to do it in the entire class. So how does it work? What you have to do is, when you come to, suppose now see, now this, let's go to this, okay? This is a Kahoot that you decide to do. You want to share this. Can you see this, everybody? I hope I'm not going fast.
No, ma'am. Yes. Take your time, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you so much, Monika ma'am. Yeah, for the participants, I hope you're able to take and make sense of what I'm saying. I hope this is making sense to you, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. So, if you see this, I share this link. I share this link and I can share it through my Google Classroom. What I am going to do is, since I use Google Classroom, I copy it. So my link is shared, I copy it on my Google Classroom. Look at the next one. I share it on my Google Classroom. So what do I share it on? I share it for strategic management subject. What is it that I do? I create this as an assignment, which is a comprehensive concurrent evaluation that I do. And this is how my page would look. Is everybody with me? So this is how the page would look.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when I say that the title is going to be CCE/1, that's what I decide. So I make CCE/1. This is the title that I create. I decide the marks, or I don't grade it. So it's going to be 4 mark,
Ma'am,
4
the
questions.
screen is not visible.
The screen is not visible. 1 second, I'll do it again. Stop share and I do it again.
Ma'am, screen is visible, it is blank, but it is blank.
No problem,
Screen
sir. I'll
is
do it
visible,
1 second.
but it is blank. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Now is it visible to everybody?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now
So
it's visible.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ma'am, if
Now,
you can please repeat it, the previous and then start
yeah,
again.
we're just coming back. What are you doing once you have created the Kahoot and you want to use this? Yeah, I'm repeating. That's what I'm saying. I'm repeating it. Okay. You have created your Kahoot. Okay. You have done this in your classroom already. Okay, like if I tell this right now, we were at this particular slide. Everybody with me? All the participants, are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So we were at this slide. You have created your Kahoot. You are going to copy. It's going to come. The link will be shared to you on your desktop like this. So you are going to copy. So when I copy it, it says you've already copied it. I go to the next one. I have Google Classroom through which I can share it. I go through Remind app through which I can do it. I can go through Artboard. I can go through Facebook. I can go through Twitter. I am a teacher. I'll go through Google Classrooms here. Okay. So let's click on this Google Classrooms. When I go to Google Classroom, I'm going to assign it for a particular subject, right? So I am going to assign it for my strategic management subject. That particular tool, that particular MCQ, that particular assessment sheet, that Kahoot I have created. And you are going to create it as an assignment. You're not going to ask a question, you're not going to make an announcement, you are going to create an assignment. So when you create an assignment, you want the students to undergo that test, right? So you click go. You run live at that particular time in the class itself. Immediately in the class itself, you can run it live. How does it work? This is how we're going to show it to you. Now, if you see it, you go to Google Classroom here, it opens there as your assigned strategic management assignment, and I go here. Here, I
Ma'am, your
mention,
screen is not visible again. Google
Again?
Classroom sleep. Yes, screen.
I'll just come again and do
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
No problem, ma'am. Is the screen visible
Yes.
to everybody?
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
so
yes.
much. Okay. So what have you done? You have created this as an assignment for the students to complete in a specific time. Or you decide you don't want to give a specific time. It's your prerogative, your discretion. So I write the title of that, which I say, which is a comprehensive concurrent evaluation 1, which is a concurrent evaluation 1, and which is a GK test. GK test. That's how it goes. And here you can write your instructions that you need to do it, blah blah blah. Whatever is your instruction, you can give it there. Followed with that, these are the marks that you grade them to, and you want to decide a due date. So you don't want to give a due date, or you decide to give a due date. So if you want to give a due date, you can give it. You suppose today we are sitting on 5th, and I decide that Monday seems I'm already giving them an entire weekend. So I have tomorrow's and day after tomorrow's day. So I'm going to assign as 8th, or maybe I assign as 10th. You decide, and then also you have an option of time. So I'm going to give it at 12, right? So 12 p.m. I decide that everybody should be actually submitting it across. And what is the topic? You create a topic which you say it's CCE/1. This is what you do. Now what have you done? You have assigned this and you assign it. Once you have assigned, you have posted this in your class. You can do a view and you can see it. Shared window is closed, so it's not coming here, but when you put it across there, let me see if it's again coming in the course stream. So this is how it comes. Can you see this? Participants, can you see it? So
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I have given them the GK quiz, which is the test one. 4:30 is I have given it to them. They're going to give it to me by the next Thursday by 12 o'clock. So it's all clear. This is the first way of using the Kahoot. This is the first way of actually doing it across. Another thing that you can actually do is, okay, that's one way of doing it as a what you say, the entire one second, I'll just close all this. Lots of Kahoot coming across. Perfect. Now let's come back. So as you see it on the slide here, so what happens, you're going to run it in the class since you have assigned it. The students are going to do the quiz. You can create a report out of it. So you have, so this, see, you can create the report. So when I host Kahoot, it's going to again stop sharing, so I'm not showing it to you right now. But when you host Kahoot, you can create a report out of it. And also these are a few more, these are some very popular Kahoots which you can run in your class, right? Another what you can do is, there is another a very interesting concept, in case if you at an individual level you are ready to pay the $5, if you want to do it that way, so you can create your team space. You have your assigned students Google IDs, you can create it, and in your team space you can continue running your Google Kahoot in your Google Classroom in combined with the online instruction that you're giving. Like if you remember, when you take a Zoom class, you can do a poll. In the same manner, when you do team space, you can have it assigned to you virtually and you can immediately run it across. Well, it is your discretion, but if you want to pay it and do it for $5, but the free option is so amazing, you don't really have to go ahead and do that, because the option is running for you right now. Like I'll show you I can show it to you right now. Just before I show it to you, I just wanted to ask Monika ma'am if I have 2 more minutes. Ma'am, can
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
2 more
Yes,
minutes
yes, ma'am. Yes,
before
ma'am.
I wind up? What you can do is, I have created a brain teaser here and I wanted you all to, I'm going to open it right now here, and if you can see this link, you can copy paste, you can copy this URL, you go to a new page, you can tell the students about this URL. If you can see this, you can share it either in your Google Classroom, you can share this URL through your Facebook, or you can challenge yourself and play this game. Okay, it will also tell you what all you can do, what all you have done, all of it put together. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to put it in our chat box, and you can play it at your own convenience time. In the chat box, where is the chat box? Yes, perfect. Perfect. So if you can see this, I share it to you in your Google Classroom. In case we were connected, I could have shown it to you live, and you can play it. I'll show it to you how it looks. So I copy paste. If I was a student, I would have got it in a Google Classroom. I would have got the link. I just have to paste it here and I have to play it here like this. As a student, now I have changed my role. I am a student because I've got that link from a Google Classroom or through an app. There are 2 versions you can create multiple Kahoots and assign it. One, you assign it through the website like you're doing it right now, which you see. Or second, you can also go to Play Store, Google, and download Kahoot, and then you do it through an app. So both the mechanisms are available to you and you can get it done. Right? So this is, and you can just, the nickname is, you have to put the game pin here and just go ahead and do it. I'll just show you one and then we close for the actually, because I had already played it here, so that's the reason. See, if you can see, I've already played it here, so it's not asking, but you can Since I played it here, it's not running it live, but you can do that. It's a very simple thing that you can do, and you can get it. This brain, I interestingly found it very. It's kind of a riddle, and if we had some more time, we would have done it. That's it from from me, all the participants. Thank you so much, and please type if you have any questions. Please feel free to ask in the chat box or maybe directly. Absolutely okay with that. I'm going to stop share right now. Yes. Any questions? Please ask.
Ma'am, when we created
Well, I think there was one question asked in between, but you have already
Okay.
answered it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
Chetan sir wants to ask some question.
Yes, Chetan sir, please.
ma'am, how can we download the responses where we get the
It goes into the reports, sir. I'll show it to you right now. In fact, if when you go to Kahoot, suppose I go to Kahoot, okay. Now I've gone back. It is on my login ID. I go to this reports.
Okay.
So when I go to reports, I can see all the tests that has been done by GK Quiz 2, by GK Quiz 1. And I can get the responses. In fact, it's a very interesting way where you'll be able to also figure out, like I'll show you 1 second, give me a minute. I'll show you how it shows. It's not on this 1 second. In fact, I did that also. I thought we would have somebody coming up with that question. So, yep, perfect. So when I go to Kahoot, can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So when you see my screen, you will be able to actually identify in your report how many people found it difficult, why did they find it difficult, how many were correct, how many went wrong, what is the level of every student, at what level he would possibly require, and how many couldn't finish. I really wanted to run this, but I guess with limited time it gets difficult for us to run it. But what I can possibly do is this link, I copy paste the link on the chat box, and you can do it at your own convenience time. So this is the kind of report that you would get at any point of time. And this is absolutely free of cost. I mean, you don't have to pay a penny for this, not required. And what I'm going to do is I put this link also in the chat box. It will get easier, so any point of time you want to go ahead and do it at some other point, we'll be able to do it.
Ma'am, like Google Form, can we download the responses in Excel format? Or
Yes, it comes in the report format only, sir.
Okay. We can see the participants.
Yeah, everything. In fact, you'll be also able to see your entire set of also, in fact, if you give it an instruction, you can also assign it according to Bloom's taxonomy of remembering, analyzing, and creating and applying. You can assign it in that way also in your Google test, and your reports will actually endorse the scores and the grading also of individual student who will be there in your class. So that is also in fact, it's a very high recommended tool for everybody who is into mathematical calculations, because when you select a copy paste option, you can make your question answers, you can create the equations, put it on image, and then give an answer to it. That is also possible in the Kahoot that you create for yourself. So this is basically a game-based learning platform, and I hope I have done justice with the limited time that I got. Thank you so much to the entire team and the organizers for having me here to speak about a very interesting tool which will help all of us to make our learning more engaging and interesting. Thank you so much. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. If I have an answer, I'll come back and tell you immediately. If I don't, I'll definitely come back to you all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Shilpa.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for covering an interesting topic of Kahoot. good news for all of you is that the Kahoot app is available on your handsets, and whatever ma'am has explained, you can still conveniently do it on your handsets. You can create quizzes there, and you can send it to your students. And you can just, when we will start working offline, you can just play the game in the class itself, and that could be very much interesting. You can try it later. It's a free download which you can get it done. Thank you, Dr. Shilpa, once again. We are moving ahead to the last part of our today's session. We would like to know how the quizzes could be created with the help of another app or another software called as Socrative. So I would request Dr. Monika, who is assistant professor with the DYPIMS, to go ahead with the same. Welcome, Dr. Monika.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, everyone. So now moving ahead, one more interesting tool for effective teaching learning, which we are going to discuss, is Socrative. Okay. So what are we going to do is we are directly going to move on with the practical session, which is through Google. So I'll just share my screen. Okay. So this is an formative assessment tool. When we talk about formative assessment tool, we say that yes, we are monitoring our student. We are trying to find out whether my student is able to understand whatever is going in the class, whether the flow of the class is going well. Wherever required, we get the feedback from the students, and we can improve our own learning teaching. So this particular tool is a good option to for your effective teaching. It will also help you to reduce cheating, then randomizing your questions. Whenever we talk about online teaching, what happens whenever we share some quiz? This is possible that student may cheat. So in this case, what we can do is we can restrict this particular thing by using this particular tool. So in Google, what I'll do is I'll type Socrative. I'll type Socrative. Okay. So when I type Socrative, this particular window is displaying. I'll go to Socrative home. Okay, I'll go to Socrative home. So this particular window is getting displayed where your classroom app for fun, effective engagement, and on-fly assessments are there. So I'll go to login. Okay, I'll go to login. As a teacher, I'll go to teacher login first. So now it is asking me that what is your email ID and password. If you have already created your email ID and password, then you will be able to access this. But if you have not already created, what you'll have to do is you'll have to create on your own. So what I'll do is I'll first create it. So I do have Google account. So I'll just click on this particular sign in with Google. Okay, sign in with Google. So it is asking me which account do you want to use. I want to use fdp.dypms. I will click on fdp.dypms. I'll read this and I'll allow Socrative to access this Google account. Okay, so it has not been created. It said that you have not created, you have just used it. So it will ask me that what should be your first name, last name, email address, and what you want your password. Okay, so what I'm doing is first name FDP, last name suppose DYPIMS. Okay, email address d fdp.dypims@gmail.com. Okay, I'll confirm. Okay, it's asking me password. Okay, I'll complete this steps. Okay, it will ask me which country. I agree. Okay, it's university, name of the organization, or directly I'll type DYPIMS. Role as a teacher. Okay, next. Okay, so it is asking me which type of account do you want to access, free or paid ones. So as of now, I'll go for free. and I'll click finish. Okay. Okay. So this is the window which gets displayed in front of me when I open my Socrative account. So in this case, you see that there are 4 tabs. Here, here it is showing FDP, my own profile. If I click here, profile, help topics, contact Socrative, sign out. When I go here, it will show me clear room. One by one, we are going to explore this each tab. Okay. So launch means you are going to send the link of your quiz to your students or whatever your audience are there. But before launching the quiz, what you have to do is you have to make the quiz. Okay. So launch, quizzes, rooms, reports, and results. So what we are going to do is when we launch the quiz, we have these many options. So for these many options, we should be ready with the format. We should be ready with the quiz, right? So moving ahead, we'll go to quizzes. When I click on quizzes, it will show me that this particular thing is by default on your window, where it will show me world facts quiz is already there to just show you that how the quiz actually gets generated. So if you see this, this is an auto generated by default. What is the longest river, which is by default quiz created? Okay, this is the name of the quiz. Here you can see world facts quiz, name of the quiz, save and exit whenever you are going to make any changes. Every time you have to save and exit. These are the questions which are already been inserted, added in your quiz. Now this is by default. Now I want my own quiz. I'll go back. I want my own quiz. So what I'll do is I'll go to add quiz. I'll go to add quiz. So here there are 2 options, create new and import. We are going to explore both. So first we are going to start with how to create quiz in on Socrative. Okay. So I'll click on this. This particular window comes in front of me. Okay. So first it will ask me what is the title of your quiz. So I'll just do one thing as I have questions related to GST, which you everyone know. So I'll just type of quizzes GST quiz. Okay. I'm taking an assessment to my finance students for one of the subject which is GST. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a quiz for GST. So it is asking me align align quiz to standard. If I click on this, what happens? See, this particular things get displayed. I get activated with this one subject, core, class grade, and standard by default, which are added in your Socrative account. So when I click on subject, you can see math, science, language, social studies, others. As of now, I don't want this actually, but I should show you this. So again, core, it will ask me if I select your social studies, this particular thing will get, this particular tab will get activated and it will again ask me which type of social studies you're going to conduct. Okay. So suppose here I am taking other subjects. Here I am typing finance. Here I am typing. I'll just search for finance if it is there. English language. Okay. I'll check whether management is there. Okay. It is again not there. Manufacturing, marketing, sales is there. Transportation is there. Whatever I will click, immediately the details of that particular personal finance. If I click on personal finance, again, if you see class and grade, it is asking you for which class you are taking this particular quiz. Okay. So I am supposed taking quiz for this particular class. I'll select that. This is just an example to show you that this is by default utility features which are given by Socrative. Okay. So already there are few questions which are being inserted. Explain few terminologies are there. Explain factors that influencing career and job selection. Determine ways. These are few which you can from which you can select that particular thing which you want. Okay, as per your requirement. But as of now, I don't want this. I just want to create my own MCQ plus true and false and short answer. So we will start with MCQ test. We will start with MCQ test. When I click on MCQ test, it will show me this that what is your question and what are the 4 options which you're going to give to the students. Okay, so suppose my first question is, full form of GST. What is the full form of GST? So I write goods and tax. Okay, I type and services. Okay, I'm writing it. I'm typing goods. Tax. Okay, so these are the questions. So now what you I want to give the answer. It will ask me I'll click on add. Okay, first is MCQ. Now I want to ask true and false. Okay. Uh, Next question I want to ask, GST is complicated. GST is complicated tax. Okay. So here whether the answer is true or false, it is false. So what I'll do is I'll click on false. Okay. Again, if you want to give, here we have one more option, which is you have to give an explanation. You have to give an explanation that whenever the student will come to know that whether the answer is right or wrong, if it is wrong, what is the right answer, you can explain in this particular tab. Okay, now you can move ahead with short answers. Now you can move ahead with short answers. What you can do is you can ask advantages of GST. Advantages of GST. You can leave it as it is, but if you leave it as it is, you will have to evaluate this or assess this manually. Okay, but if you give few words like it is uh, transparent, transparency is maintained, it is simple, then it is simple, easy, whatever points you want to give, that five advantage, whatever you want to give, you can add here. Okay, now one more feature you get here, every time what I'm doing is from 3 I am adding, from 3 I am adding. If you want to copy this particular MCQ, what is going to happen? Again, I want MCQ and I want to copy it. I'll go to edit, your pencil. Okay, I want to go to edit. Okay, just a second. MCQ, one more thing I'll do. Before that, we'll take one more question and then we'll start editing, how to edit it. Okay, how to make a copy of it. So one more question we'll add with the image. Okay, what is the tax, suppose, imposed on the image shown in the question? Okay, suppose this is my question. So what I'll do is it will ask me, I'll click on this particular image. Okay, I'll click on this particular image. It will ask me that where is your image. So desktop. Okay, this is my image and I take this particular image. Okay, if I click on that image, okay, let's start first inserting the options. So IGST will be there, any option, whatever you feel. Only this is just to show you how it works. only SGST, CGST and SGST. Okay, this is the thing which I'm giving the options, 4 options. Add answer. The actual answer is IGST. Okay, the actual answer is IGST. So I'm clicking on IGST. So this is how I add the image. Okay, this is how I add the image in my particular quiz. So first was only the quiz with 4 options. Second is I'll give true or false. Third is I'll ask for the advantages of GST, which is a short paragraph. And fourth is how to add your image in the question in the MCQ. Okay, so this is the quiz which has been generated, which we have done. So now we have to save it and exit. When I save it, it gets exit. Okay, now if you see there in the previous whenever we had started with this session, at that time only one quiz by default it was there. Now one more quiz is it is showing, which is GST quiz, here it is showing date, copy, download, share. Okay, so where when if I want to copy this quiz, I'll click over here. If I want to download this quiz, I'll click over here. If this is we are seeing teachers perspective, how the teachers login is displayed. Okay, here when we go, we can share the quiz. We can share the quiz one by one. We are again going to explore this. Okay, so we have already created this quiz. Now rooms. What does rooms means? First important thing is that before this COVID-19 and before this whatever lockdown was there were many features which were provided by Socrative. But as everyone is going online now, it has become commercial. So only one room is available. Room is allowed. Means what? One room is allowed means what? You cannot at a time multiple quiz you can make, but at a time you can share only one quiz to 50 students. One quiz to 50 students. I'll repeat. What does room mean? What does room mean? Room means at a time one MCQ will be shared to a group of people only and only 50. This is in the free version of Socrative. Okay, so as of now it is showing the name of the room is DYPIMS. The name of the room is DYPIMS. Okay, so now what I'll do is my quiz is ready. My quiz is ready. Okay, I'll launch it. So what I'll do is I'll go to launches. I'll go to this particular tab, launch a quiz. So it is asking me quiz. So which quiz you want to launch? Yes, I want to launch GST quiz. So I'll just select GST quiz. Okay, when I select GST quiz, I'll click on next. Now when you click on launching the quiz, you launch the quiz. These are the important points that you have to first understand before sending the link to the student, before sharing the room number to the students. So these are the 3 navigations tabs which you have to understand. The first is here you are showed that choose quiz, and the second is choose delivery method and settings. Okay, instant feedback, open navigation, and teachers paste. Instant feedback and open navigation is set to be a student paste, and teacher paste is a teacher will sit in front of the computer and she will decide the questions. She will decide which question at what time she is going to send. Suppose taking an example, I am teaching one concept. Okay, I'm teaching one concept. There are 4 sub points. So what I do is once I complete first point, I immediately share the room number to the student that give this particular quiz is there, answer the question. Again, once I complete the second point, again what I do is I decide that I'll share room with the student that please attempt this particular quiz. Okay, so it becomes cumbersome when you click on teacher space. Teacher space, what it says that teacher have to be in front of the computer, and one by one she has to click that yes, after 5 minutes second question will be there, I'll go to next question. So next question will get displayed on the student portal. Again after 5 minutes, I'll do is I'll stop this second question, I'll go to third question. So one by one, individually, she'll have to click the questions. But what we usually do is we recommend that go for instant feedback or open navigation. When we go for instant feedback, these are the tabs which get activated. So first is require names. Yes. When we are going to download reports, it is very important that we should have the names of the students. So what I usually do is I ask the student that enter your roll number first and your name then. So what will happen when I get a PDF copy, when I'll download my, download my summary of how the test students have attempted. So I'll come to know roll number wise that how the students have attempted. Okay. Next is shuffle questions. Yes, I want to shuffle questions. This should not happen that students are able to copy. So I'll shuffle the questions also and I'll shuffle the answers also. Show question feedback. No, I'll not show question feedback, or you can show if you have typed like explanation. Okay. Then I want students should understand what is the final score. Students should understand what is the final score. Okay. Now what I'll do is start. I'll start. Okay. If you see this particular window gets displayed in front of me, this is teachers portal where show names. When I click over here, it will not show. When I click over here, it will show answers and don't show answers. Now, this is teacher's screen. Now, how does it look in front of the student when you are going to share this with the student? The room is DYPIMS. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. What I'll do is just a minute. I will open one more window. I will open one more window which will help me. Okay. Okay. So are you able to see my window? Google once again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go to Socrative student login. Socrative student login. I'll click on Socrative student. Okay. So it is asking me room number. If you remember this thing, if you remember my this particular thing, DYPIMS is my room name. Okay. So in students portal, as a student, I have to type DYPIMS. This will be shared by the teacher to the students. So you can create multiple rooms for multiple MCQ quiz. Okay. Now join. Okay. Join. Okay. It is asking me enter your name. So my roll number is 1. I'll go with roll number 1. Doctor. Okay. Monika. Okay. Done. Roll number 1. Done. Okay. Now this is the screen which gets in front of the student. GST is complicated tax. If you remember when I made the settings, I had shuffled the questions, I had shuffled the answers as well. So my first question when I made in my teacher group was, what is the full form of GST? But it is here, it is showing GST is complicated tax. If I, what I'll do is, yes, GST is as a student. Now I'm thinking as a student, yes, it is a complicated tax. Fine with it. Okay. Full form of GST. Full form of GST is as a student, I'll click on C. Okay. Advantages of GST, I'll click uh, it is transparent. Okay, it is transparent, or it is simple. It will be contradictory, but fine, it will simple. Submit. Okay, okay. So this is the image. This is the image which is uploaded by us. When I click on the image, it is showing me what is the image. So I have to analyze what is the image. Maharashtra, Punjab. Okay, okay, okay. This is the image. Now, what is the question? What I'll do is I have to answer which particular tax will be levied on this particular image. So in this case, my answer is C and I have submitted it. If you see that the final score is getting generated, score is 3 out of 4. Percentage wise, it is 75. As a student, it is getting displayed. Okay, fine with it. Okay, okay. So I log out as a student. Yes, you want to log out? Yes. It will create some problem. Okay, fine. Now second, okay. Second, room number, again the other person is there, suppose other student is there, DYPMS. Name is Shilpa. Done. Okay. Again, false. Okay. Goods and services. She again tries to attempt it. Okay. Transparent. Okay. Submit. Okay. She gets 3 out of again the same answer. Okay. Okay. Fine. So I'll just, as students have done with it, I'll log out from the student. Now, is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So moving ahead, let's see at the time when the student was attempting the quiz, what is getting displayed in front of the teacher. Teacher sees that roll number 1 Monica, okay, this is, I should have typed 2, okay, roll number 1 Monica has attempted 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. Okay, if I hide this, no name is there. I want to see the name. I want to hide this. I can again unhide this. When I click on 1, it shows me that full form of GST. Both the students have attempted properly. That both have answered C. Both the students, 2 out of 2, both have answered C. Okay. I'll again go to next question. GST is complicated tax. How they have performed? Okay. One is saying true, other is saying false. Okay, fine. Okay. Next. Next question. Uh, Advantages of GST. One is saying transparent, second is saying simple. One is saying transparent, second is saying simple. Okay. And fourth one, for this particular question, have attempted? One is saying IGST, second is saying CGST. Okay. So these are what we are getting. How students are performing, we are coming to know from this particular thing. Okay. Yes. Okay. When I finish this, just a minute, this may happen. Okay. Instead of this, what I'll do is sign in with Google, because I was navigating between student as well as the teacher tab. Only for that reason, this may happen, just to show you people. Okay. So yes, results are still showing. When I click on finish button, quiz is going to get closed. Quiz is going to get closed. Let's close the quiz. Are you sure you want to end the current activity? Yes, I'm sure I want to um, stop the current activity. So I'll just stop the current activity. Now, this is the report which got generated. This is the report which got generated. You can email this. You can email this, but this is the feature which is available on the Pro, which is paid one. But you can export it. The best part of this is that you can export this. You can export this. What I'll do is I will download this. I'll download this particular quiz. Okay. When I download this particular quiz, if you see on my screen, one Excel sheet gets generated. When I click on this Excel sheet, it is showing me the data. Student name, student ID is not there. What are the questions attempted? Red mark is, it is wrong. It is wrong. Okay, I'll close this window. If I want individual student, I'll again download. I can also email myself. If I email myself, okay, sending reports. Okay, okay, okay. I'll just wait that I'll get the report. I'll just, okay, so welcome to Socrative. Fine with it. I'll just wait that I'll get the report, or else what I can do is again I'll go to, it has not yet generated. Okay, export individual results, download. Export individual results, download. This is the best part. You can send individual assessment to the students, that how they have performed. Okay, so one zip file is being generated. What I'll do is I'll just click on the zip file. Is my entire screen visible? Any
Visible, ma'am. Clearly
okay,
visible.
okay, thank you. Okay. Mm, okay, so yes, one thing got downloaded. Let's see. Okay, this has got downloaded. If I click on your student, two things got downloaded. Name is Monika, DYPMS. So student name is, roll number is 1, Monika, DYPMS. DYPMS is room number. DYPMS is room name. So she have attempted on December 5th, 2020. So this was the right answer, this was wrong answer, right answer, wrong answer. Okay. So this is one thing which I can immediately share with my students, that this is the report which has got generated. Okay. Next again, let's see what Shilpa has done. Shilpa DYPMS on fifth she have attempted. First question was right, second was wrong, third was right, fourth was wrong. This I can share with the students. I also get an Excel sheet which I have already shown to you, that how the Excel sheet gets generated, right? Let's go. Result summary. If I go to result summary, again I can mail myself, I can download, I can save to my drive. I'll download it again. Oh God, we are mm, running out of time. Okay, I'll just try to. Okay. So this is what the summary which I get in PDF also. I get Excel sheet also, I get PDF also. So this is the PDF. Out of two students, two have given the right answer. GST is complicated. Out of two students, one is right, one is wrong. Advantages of GST, both have given one right answer. In case of the fourth question, out of two, only one student has given right answer. Okay, I'll just close this. I'll just close this. Okay. This is what is the quiz which we have launched, which we have already created. But what will happen if we have many questions at a time? Okay, I hope this point is clear, that in reports everything gets generated. You just click over here, you will see entire thing. You can, instead of email student, you have to export, and these all the things you will get in front of you. Now moving ahead, let's move on. Any activity, let's see any activity in my results. No, this tab is not activated, means no activity is there. Let's move on. Again, launch. I want to launch a quiz which I have an Excel sheet. I cannot type 20 questions. What I want is my Excel sheet gets should get imported. This is a beautiful feature which is given by Socrative, that if you have a proper quiz made in Excel which the Socrative accepts, then you need not to type your quiz. Okay, so what you can do is, again, go before launching, you have to go to quizzes. Go to quizzes. Okay, now add quiz. Here, when you click on import, you get two options for import. First option is, you can enter SOC number. SOC, what is SOC number? Means what? Suppose my colleague is my colleague is Dr. Shilpa has taken one. We both are sharing one particular subject. She is taking same lectures for B division. I am taking same lectures for A division. We have decided that there will be same MCQ test for both of them. Dr. Shilpa creates her own quiz in Excel. What she no in Socrative. She has created one quiz in Socrative. Okay, so I request Dr. Shilpa that Shilpa ma'am, do one thing. Whatever quiz you have created, just share that quiz to me. Instead of typing the 20 questions, what I'll do is, you share that quiz to me, and I'll share that to my students. So import quiz. When we click on this, it will ask you SOC. I'll just stop this. What is SOC? If you remember, I'll click over here. See this. Enable sharing SOC. Whenever you create any kind of quiz, here this particular tab is there. If I click over here, it is not going to get shared with anyone. But if I activate it, this is the quiz number. This is the quiz number which gets generated. If I share this quiz number to someone else, that particular person will be able to access this quiz. That particular teacher will be able to share this quiz to someone, to their students, and the data will get generated. Now, okay, it is asking me, do you want to make changes? Okay, fine, save changes. I'll again go to quizzes. Now add. Now I want to import. I don't have any kind of SOC number. I don't have any kind of SOC number. So I have an Excel sheet. I have an Excel sheet. So important thing over here to understand is whether it is in format which is accepted by Socrative, or whether it is in your own format. So what you can do is, here there is a template which you can use. I'll download this particular template. When I download this particular template, if you see that Excel sheet is getting, okay, Excel sheet is getting generated. If I click on this Excel sheet, okay, this is the format which is given by the Socrative. In this format, you enter your questions. Suppose I'm clicking here, concurrent of concurrent number two of GST. Okay, concurrent number two of GST. Okay. Now I have given the title. Now see, if I come over here, question type means there is a pull arrow, whether it is an open-ended or whether it is an MCQ. What I do is, I have my own MCQ. Now I have my own Excel. I type your MCQ and I can type over here or I can just copy paste it. Smart work, what I'll do is, I'll go to desktop. Okay. Okay. GST MCQ demo, which I already have. I'll just open that. So question is there, first option, second option, third option, fourth option, fifth option, and answer. I'll just copy this data. I'll just copy this 21 questions. I'll just copy this 21 question in the template given. Okay. I'll just copy this and I'll paste. All are the MCQ only. All are MCQ only. Okay. Even if I drag it, it is possible. This is the easiest way. Instead of creating your own quiz, you have your own Excel sheet. Just import that Excel sheet. So it will save your time. So question, the options and the answer is given over here. Okay. Now I'll just save this. Okay. I'll save this on the desktop. It will be easier for us. Desktop, Socrative template, demo or concurrent number to GST. Okay. I'll save it. Okay. Now let's go again on your Socrative. It is asking you, do you have an Excel sheet? Yes, I do have an Excel sheet. Choose a file. This is my file. Desktop. Concurrent GS2, I'll open that. Okay, it is getting uploaded. Quiz imported. So the easiest way, instead of typing 20, 30 questions, the easiest way is just import it from the Excel. So this is the concurrent which I have. This is the concurrent which has been imported. So if you see, automatically everything is getting displayed. I had 21 question got imported. You can add few questions here. You can add true, false. You can add again. You can add short answers. So this is all about the quizzes. Okay. Save, yes, save. Now moving ahead. This is all about quizzes. What is space race? I hope you people have understood till now. Let's move on with the next thing. When we talk about space, what does it mean? Space means if you have created groups amongst your students and you want to see which particular group is performing better. Okay, now how you are going to do this particular activity? So space is going to help you to understand which particular group is doing well. Okay, now I'll just click on space race. When I click on space race, whatever quiz I already have, it will ask me. What I do is I click on GST quiz. Okay, I go to next. Again, it is showing me launch space race. So these are quite important tabs which you have to understand first to move on. Okay, it is asking me how many number of students there are there and how many teams are there. So suppose I have three teams. In a team there are five students. So I have three teams. So again, it is showing me auto sign or student choice. Auto sign means Socrative automatically one by one. Three teams are there. Among that five students, only and only one student will log in. Okay, so there will be only three logins. So only one student will log in with the name of the group. Okay, and auto sign means what? Socrative will automatically sign them a group. Okay, Socrative will automatically sign them a color. Then student choice, I will give you a tip. I will recommend you don't go for student choice. The reason behind that is, you give a chance to student to decide in which group they want to go. Okay, then it will be a confusion, that will be a chaos. So instead of that, do one thing, go for auto sign means you define number of students in a particular group, you define the name of the students in that particular group, and just do one thing, auto sign. So So it will, when you create auto sign, again you can, it is asking you which kind of sign you want icon, you want rocket, beer, bee, bicycle, space, whatever you want. I am just choosing rocket by default. You want require name? Yes, I require name. Do you want to shuffle questions? Yes, I want to shuffle questions. I want to shuffle answers. Feedback, not necessary, fine with it. If you want to give feedback, is nothing but explanation of the correct answer in your comment. Okay. Final answers, yes, students should know final answers, or students should not know final answers. As of now, whenever I'm doing a group activity, I'll keep this student should not know the final score. I'll go to start. Okay. This shows that I have launched this particular race. I have launched. First team is blue. Automatically, Socrative has given this particular group blue color, blue, magnete, and line. Okay. Magnet. Okay. Then moving on, this is the teacher. This is the teacher which is seeing what is the student performing. But what is displayed in case of the student? When the students are going to enter, when the students are going to attempt this quiz, how it is going to get reflected in their screens. Okay. Okay. Again, I'll have to go to student login. Yes, just to show you people how it gets reflected. You should know that how my student is going to see my quiz. Okay. Again, the name was DYPIMS. Okay. DYPIMS. Join. Okay. Enter. It is group 1. Group number 1. Okay. Group number 1. Done. Group number 1. Full form of GST. I'll immediately start. Okay. Correct. I'll start. Okay. Okay. Second answer. Second answer. Simple. Okay. Okay. This is what is getting displayed in front of the student. Now let's again see what is teacher seeing. Teacher is saying group number 1 is going ahead. Group number 2 has not yet started. Group number 3 has not yet started. Fine with it. Let's see. Okay. Again, okay. Okay. Now suppose again log out. Yes. Group number 2 is there. Group number 2 is there. Simultaneously, group number 2 are people are discussing, and what they are doing is uh, just a minute. Okay, I'll just log out. Student login DYPIMS group. Okay, group number 2 done. Again, the group number 2 is giving the answers. Submit. Okay, again. Okay, fine, simple. It is giving same answer. Okay, correct answer is this. Full form of GST. Okay. Then true, complicated, true. Okay. Okay. This is done. This is done. Okay. Again, I'll log out. The third group is attempting. I'm just showing how it reflects DYPMS. Room name is DYPMS. Login. Third group is trying. And simultaneously, all the 3 groups are trying. But I'm just trying to show you how this is happening. Okay. Group number 3. Group number 3 is trying. Yes. If you just stop this and stop. Okay. Group number 2. Okay. IGST. Okay. False. Okay. Submit. Okay. Okay. So I'll just log out. All the 3 groups are done. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. If you see this, is my screen visible to you all? Okay. If you see this, the performance of the groups are displayed on your screen. So first 2 are, as compared to the last one, has performed low as compared to the last one. So this is what the result is. This is what the result is. I just want to stop this. I have stopped this activity. Finish. Okay. Okay. This could happen because I was sign in with Google, DYPMS Google. Okay. Okay. So yes, the activity is going on because if you see here, few signs are there. I'll just finish this. Do you want to stop this current activity? Yes, I do want to stop. Okay. So this is the report which is getting generated to Space Race. Space Race will tell me how the groups are performing, show the names as well as show the answers. When I click on one, I'll come to know these were the questions and how they have performed 100%. All the three groups have given the same answer. Again, if I go next, it will tell me individually how the group has performed. So 33% are wrong, 67% are right. Okay. Now again going back to your Space Race. Type is Space Race. I'll go to GST. Okay. Export. Email address is not available. So export individual or result summary. I want result summary. I want result summary. This will help me for my own documentation also. I can have my own PDF. I can have my own Excel sheet also. See, this is what is the PDF which is getting generated. Out of three have given the answer. Yes, the performance is in this way. Out of three, these were the questions which the students could not answer. So I can improve. I can again take one more lecture where I can make the students understand that particular concept. So it is becoming more and more interactive. So I hope you have understood what is Space Race. Moving ahead, what is exit ticket? What does exit ticket means? It is similar to your polls. It is similar to your polls. Okay. So when you are conducting your lecture in Zoom, you can create a poll just to tell the students, let me know how far you have understood my lecture till now, whether you have understood my lecture till now totally or somewhat understood or totally not understood. So at the end of your session, you can ask your students that these are just general questions just to know whether the whatever concept you have taught, whether they have understood or not. Okay. So you are not going to assess this. You are just going to take the feedback to improve your own performance. So when we say it is a formative assessment, we are going to look that how students are performing. We are going to monitor their performance and then we are going to improve, right? So exit ticket. When we talk about exit ticket, do you want to stop current activity means my some current activity is going. This exit ticket activity is going. Okay. So let's first launch exit ticket. Yes. Just a minute. How to launch? I'll show first to you. Okay. So launch exit ticket. Launch exit ticket. Okay. So here, if you can see, what you can do is, you just ask these students, did you understood whatever is been taught here? So you just ask the students and ask the students, just give the reply. Just give the reply on DYPIMS. Just give the reply on DYPIMS. Here also, what you can do is you can create your exit demo. Okay. Add. I'll just create one small quiz. One question, only one question. Create new. Feedback. Okay. Create new one feedback. It is MCQ. How far did you understood today's session? Okay. Totally understood. Bit understood. Not understood at all. Okay. Now, need not to give an answer for this. Need not to give an answer for this. Save and exit. Okay. Save and exit. First, I'll stop this particular activity. Okay. Launch. Okay. Launch. Exit ticket. Launch exit ticket. Okay. Okay. What I can do is I'll ask the students, just tell me how far you have understood, how far you can have understood. One thing what I can do is I can give them quiz or I can give them exit ticket quiz. I can give them exit ticket quiz. At this particular time, if you see this particular activity, if you see two lines are getting reflected over here, means this particular activity is going on. Now let's see how the students are seeing this particular activity on their mobile phone. Suppose they are okay. Just a second. How the students are seeing? Again, I'll have to go to the Socrative students login. Just a second. I'm not sharing the screen. Just a minute. I know the screen is okay. Now I'll share Socrative student. Okay, I'll share Socrative student room again. It is DYPIMS. You can change the name also of the room. Okay, DYPMS name is Monica. Done. Okay, name is how well did you understood today's material? Totally got it pretty well, not very well, not at all. Okay, not at all. Whatever you have typed. So here the student has given yes, totally understood. Submit, submit. Okay. So there are few more questions which I have added over here. Okay. What did you learn in today's session? Okay. Tools, tools for effective. Suppose tools for effective teaching. Just trying to relate it with today's. Please answer the teacher's question. If you can, if I say that, tell me an example of, or tell me the recent amendment done in GST. Whatever answer you have, immediately you can type over here. Okay, XYZ. I just ask it. I just ask it verbally in the class. Okay, I just ask it in verbally in the class. Okay. Again, it might get okay. I'm switching from one particular tab to another. So only for that reason to show you how students are seeing their tab and how teachers are able to see. Okay, teachers are able to see. If you see over here, Monica has given this particular three things answers she have provided. First thing she has done totally got. Okay. Next, tools for here you can see when I what did you learn in today's lecture, today's session? Tools for effective teaching. Okay, fine with it. Next, please answer the teacher's question. If I ask whatever question in verbally I ask in the class, they can do it. Okay. Now, next. Okay. Back to the table. Again, finish. Finish. Okay. Yes, I want to finish. This is getting log out. The only reason is teacher login as well as student login. Both the things I'm doing simultaneously. So these are the things which I'm doing. So three things: quiz, space race. Quiz is this normal quiz which I'm doing. Space race is the what we say groups and how the groups are performing. And exit ticket means I am taking the feedback of the students. So quiz, we have seen there are multiple quiz. You can create your own folder in that quiz. Rooms, as of now, as I'm using the free version, I have only one room which is DYPMS. I can rename it also. If you see, it is showing this particular thing is getting reflected. Okay, it means some of the activity is still going on. Students are lingering in my room. It means, see, if I click over here, this activity is not yet stopped. I have to first finish this particular activity, stop this activity. So if I stop this activity, now the results are not going to get displayed in front of, now the result tab is not going to get activated in front of me. Okay. So here the room is there, and here, as I told you, these are the reports which have got generated, whatever practice we have done, and these are active 8. These are whatever the features they have given. We have not at all deleted anything. Now MCQ, true and false, and short answers. These are the quick questions. Immediately in a poll, you want to ask MCQ. Okay. This only 5 minutes more I'll take and I'll stop for the day. Okay. So this is the thing which I do. What I do is I start this activity. If you see, okay, launch. Okay. First I have to stop this activity. Launch. Okay. What are these three tabs? Quick question means what? In poll, immediately I ask. When you use poll in Zoom, same thing applies over here. In poll, I ask in MCQ. Tell me, verbally I'm asking in class on the online platform. Tell me, what is the full form of GST? First is goods and services tax. Second is general tax. Third is general supply tax. So what students will do? I have verbally asked this. I have verbally asked this. So how the student will come to know? Student is just going to click A, B, and C. I have verbally asked. It will just click on it. Okay. Let's again go to. I have stopped screen sharing. I just know I have stopped. I'll again go to how students also know this. You should know that how the screen is getting visible again. DYPIMS. Uh, okay. The answer is not getting reflected over here. Verbally, teacher has asked. This is the way you can understand whether the student has kept his audio off, video off, and sleeping behind the camera. So this should not happen. So if you want to just catch hold this particular student in between, try to ask the questions verbally and let them answer. So student has answered C, submit the answer. Okay, fine. And just log out. Student has answered. Okay, student has answered.
वर त्याच्यामध्ये काही लोक गेले नव्हते दुसरीकडे झालं तर म्हणून
Okay, share. Okay,
पोरांना
so
एक
student
इकडे
has answered this.
चल बस ऑनलाईन
Now
एक्झाम
I will see only one student has answered this. Now I'll see I have 40 students in my class. All the 40 students all the 40 students
वगैरे
answered
पण
this
सांगते
question.
माझ्या माझ्या
If
होमवर्क
few of them have not answered this question, but they are physically not in front of the, but they are not attentive in my class.
केले काम
Okay?
आपण तसे
Same thing is applicable for true or false, and same thing is applicable for short answers. Same thing. You have to verbally ask the question. Tell the student that the room is DYPMS. Enter your name and just answer the question. Question does not get visible in front of them. It just shows that how far student is attentive, whether he's actually there behind the camera or not. Okay, I am done with this. I will just stop myself over here, and I just want you people to tell me. Okay, one more thing. If you want to add one more thing, okay, there are few people those who are very active in class. You, I would just okay. One more thing I would like to add. Suppose there are 40 people and few of them are very active. Okay. So you have launched MCQ and you have seen that only five students have given the answer. In MCQ, when you launch MCQ, okay, would you like to current? Yes. When you launch MCQ, toggling between teacher's login and student login, I am getting log out from the actual teacher login as of now. Okay. Yes. So when you launch MCQ, number of students are attempting. 5 students have attempted. Now, what I do is, I ask the students, let's take an example, just 2 minutes more and I'll stop. Okay. Okay, one student has attempted this. My activity is still going on. What I'll do is, my activity is still going on. Socrative student, DYPIMS. Okay, DYPIMS. Just a second. I guess my screen is not visible. I'll share my screen again. Just a second. Okay. Again.
It's not visible.
Yes. Again going to student login. And I have answered B. Okay, I have answered B. Answer given. Again, log out. Yes, I want to log out. Again, the third person, very active students are there. Third student is there. Third student is have answered again. Suppose D answer, submit. Okay. Now, log out.
So if you see, these students have attended this particular if you see, these students have attempted this. Okay. So now here, see, these students have attempted.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible. Please.
Just a minute. The reason behind that is we muted all. People are unmuting themselves and it is creating disturbance. Okay. So when I did this, 3 students have attempted this. I can also conduct a vote. When I go for true or false, when I go for short answers, whenever this particular case is there. Okay. I can also ask the students that do you want to vote for this? Okay. Just a minute. Okay, student also get an option over here that they can vote. Here it comes vote, that whether you're going with first answer, whether you go with second answer, whether you go with third answer. This can happen to encourage the students to answer the questions. What you can do is, if only 5 students are answering, what you can do, take that 5 answers from the question from the students and ask the other students to vote. What do you think, which answer is right? And that voting can also be done. So now I'm done with my tool, which is Socrative. You can unmute yourself and let me know if you have any difficulty in this. I hope I have given proper justice to this particular tool.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, any doubt?
Okay. Any doubt in this? Please unmute yourself. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay. Shall I stop the? Okay. Fine with it.
Somebody has a query? No. Okay. ठीक है. I thought somebody was talking. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well, since we started 10 minutes late and there was a break of 3 minutes, we in fact just extended by only 7 minutes. So thank you so much for joining. You can ask the queries. We can still wait for another 5 minutes, or else we have created a WhatsApp group in which you all are there. You can post the queries on the group. As told you right at the start, we shall be sharing step-by-step PDF, so that probably you don't need to get back to us, with the queries. And the best part of all the three tools which we have taught to you, the best part of all these tools is all the tools are very much self-explanatory. It's not a very great rocket science as such. And best part is you can do it online when you're teaching to the students, either Zoom platform or maybe Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, whichever software you're using. So we are open for questions for another last 2-3 minutes, or in the meantime I'll share the link of the feedback, as well as once you click on the feedback link, it will ask you some quick questions which shouldn't take more than 30 seconds, and you would automatically get the certificate on your email address.
मी पण केली आहे इथे. Okay, if anyone has question, please mute yourself and ask the question.
If you want to give your feedback verbally also, that will also do.
How you felt about means session content.
If you
If you
want
want
to
to
share
share
your
your
views.
Okay, if anyone wants to share their views, see, at the end of the day, we are from the same fraternity where it will help each other to grow. And in this pandemic situation, we all are facing, we were facing the problems, and we have tried to cope up with all the problems, and we are also, each day we are trying to learn new things so that we'll give best to our students, right? So if you have any things, views to share, welcome.
In the meantime, feedback link is sent on a chat box. You can copy paste it in a browser, and immediately should be able to get the certificate on your email.
வரல அதுதான் மெசேஜ் சாட்ல தான் பாருங்க மோர்ன்ட் இருக்கா excellent.
Well, sir, these were the three tools which we have decided to do it for today. We are coming up with the series, so next 3 tools would be rightly on coming Saturday itself, that is on 12th of December. We'll be having another 3 series of such kind of tools.
Link hyperlink கொடுத்திருக்காங்க.
So you're welcome to join those. The series will continue further as well.
So can we stop? Thank you everyone for your active participation. Anyone has still query?
You can contact with us. We have
our own WhatsApp group, or you have our contact numbers. Means my contact numbers. Just let me know. We can help you out with whatever query you have. We are going to share you stepwise details, so need not to worry. Yes, you'll have to practice, as one of our
colleagues said that you'll have to practice. Yes, you will have to practice.
At the same time, we'll be uploading the YouTube video of this entire session. The link will also be shared on WhatsApp group. So even if you might have missed certain things, like few people joined unfortunately late due to some technical difficulties or technical glitches, those should also be able to see the video and would understand everything. Yes.
Yes, I think we can
Yes.
end up the session. In
Well,
case
thank
if
you
any
so much
fact,
on behalf
yeah.
of DYPIMS. Thank you, my colleagues, Dr. Shilpa and Dr. Monika.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for the
Thanks for joining.